Hello and welcome back. I know it's been a while. We've just had a ton of stuff going on here in the last couple of months, so I just wanted to bring an update here. I know that I had told you guys that I was going to be doing an update on the surgery that I had with my nose. I had the Latera implants, and they reduced my turbinates and straightened out my deviated septum. I've had a ton of comments and questions on how I am now that I am a couple months out, well, more than a couple months out. I am probably not quite 2 years. I think next May or June, somewhere around there. Sometime next spring, I will be about 2 years out from my procedure. And a lot of people were asking how it was doing, was it worth it? And I thought that I would take some time to answer some of those questions. First of all, yes, having the surgery was definitely worth it. So if you're thinking about doing it, obviously, I recommend it for myself. Whether it's a good choice for you, that's totally up to you. You're going to have to weigh the pros and cons. But for me, it was definitely the best option. I was having such bad issues. I couldn't breathe while working out. I was having a lot of difficulty sleeping. I had started snoring. I've never snored in my life. So there was just a number of things that it really helped improve the quality of my life. And I would definitely say it was worth it for me. There is one thing I have kind of been a little disappointed with. I have started having more issues with my nose swelling again, and it being stuffy, having more issues. Mostly I'm noticing at night it starts to get more stuffed up. I did a lot of research and beforehand and afterwards just to kind of take a look and see what was going on. I haven't been back to the doctor since I had my follow-ups last year. I went a couple months after, and then I had another one at like 6 months, and he said everything looked great, it healed great, and it was doing great. It still is doing great. I am way more open, way more clear than what I was before. I am able to do things a lot better and with a lot more ease than what I could before. The only things that are really bothering me, like I said, was the stuffy nose at night. Still having some issues with that. I have noticed, though, some things that do help improve the quality of what they did. I'm guessing you would think after all of that you wouldn't have any issues, but the fact that yes, they can fix those things structurally, but sometimes that doesn't negate the fact if you have allergies. And I happen to have, I guess, a lot of bad allergies. I didn't always, but it just seems like they've progressively gotten worse as I've gotten older. So I'm really allergic to cats and fortunately dogs. Not so much with the dogs, but cats. It's like if I'm around cats, it's just not good. Like, let me have a puff of the inhaler. And so yeah, I'm very allergic to cats, allergic to dust. Unfortunate part. Some workarounds that I found to really help. I know they kind of recommend for a little while to do those nasal cleanses. And I had put that on my previous video that those really helped. But I notice now that after I do the nasal rinses, I will sometimes do them in the shower. I'll do them at night before I go to bed, and that really helps, you know, with the quality of my sleep and then keeping my nose open. And I notice I can smell a whole lot better once I've cleaned it out. So I still do that occasionally. It's kind of a pain in the butt, so I don't like to do it a whole lot, but I guess if it helps, it helps. I do still occasionally wear the nasal strips. Now, that part kind of does frustrate me a little bit because they did put in the Latera implants, which are supposed to be like a permanent structural change to your nose. So basically, when they put them in, they're supposed to dissolve after 2 years. And after they dissolve, it's supposed to leave the cartilage in your nose in such a way to where it keeps it open, like what the Latera implants do. It's kind of like a permanent breathe right strip on the inside of your nose. After they dissolve, it's supposed to maintain the shape so that when you breathe in, your nasal passages don't collapse. And so, I don't know, again, I still notice a world of improvements, but I guess I was just hoping for a complete 100% fix, especially after going through surgery like that. So that part's a little disappointing, but emphasize the fact that it has been, really, it's been a life change for me. The recovery process was a little bit difficult. I kind of hit more on that in the last video, but even in spite of that, it wasn't as bad as what I've heard some other people's has been. So for me, it was definitely worth it. If you've got any more questions about how it has been, if you've got any more questions about how the recovery process has been, how I'm doing now that I'm almost 2 years out, a year and a half right now. A lot of stuff going on, but now that we're getting back at it, we're gonna have a ton of new content about our garden, and some other trips that we've taken, and just, some updates on life. And we will be seeing you guys later. Thanks.